from days of long ago, from uncharted regions of the universe.
Robots in disguise.
Assemble.
Hey, we are canceling the apocalypse!
Hey, that was my impersonation of what was that selfie ad? It was like, "Hey." Anyway, how's everyone doing? Of course, Mr. Vala had to cancel tonight. Understandably so. Uh, no hard feelings. Scheduled for next week, so we'll have that show next week. This week, I kind of threw together an idea really quick, just to have something to talk about. So I'm going to taco about something. Oh, I went with the cliche. Mm. Anyway, and it works out because with my tech problems, I was like trying to put my show notes back together from memory, and I was having a hard time. So it gives me another week to prepare. So that it all works out in the end. But anyway, um, so a little bit of housekeeping. I got a message from Mython the Python, gracious message. And I something I said I think has been misunderstood, and I want to clarify it. I said something about I'm going to use the money from my toy sales to fund getting a desktop. That doesn't mean I'm raising money to help out. He was very graciously going to offer me money. I was like, no, 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 please don't, because this isn't what that is. It's me psyching myself up to sell online because I've had some very bad experiences as a seller online, and it's like I kind of don't want to do it again, but it's the only way I'm going to get the value out of this stuff that it's there. So that's why I'm doing it, and it's like I have to psych myself up to do it. So it's like, oh, if I get a desktop computer, you know, that'll be worth it. So that's kind of what I'm doing with that. So I wanted to clarify that up front. It's not a need for money. It's just me trying to get myself motivated to do something I kind of am dreading uh, because of some bad experiences. So that's that. In the idea of the tech stuff, I'm thinking about doing some things differently from here on. I've been doing some fancier videos just to try to prove I can be fancy, and those are labor intensive, and I'm stand to lose a lot of footage, which puts me back to square one. so I might tone it back a bit, especially on certain um, figures. It's like they don't deserve a video like that. You know, I mean, I'm talking about the toys. I want to talk about the toys. That's what I'm doing. I might tone it to a lesser degree, is what I'm thinking moving forward. But that's all beside the point. That's just the house cleaning, just to get all the information out there and talk about things going on with the channel. You noticed today I didn't do a tipping the scales video because, well, yeah. Anyway, uh, uh, so also keep in mind that this week is Down Syndrome Awareness Week. Be sure to mismatch your socks on 321. In case you're wondering the significance of that, the 321 is 21st chromosome is what creates Down syndrome, and it's uh, that's why it's celebrated on that day. And you mismatch your socks just to raise awareness. Um, please do that because it's fun. Okay, so the subject tonight. Oh, well, one other thing. Did get a couple of things in. Got Christensen and got Luke and Grogu. There's a little bit more in the Luke and Grogu set than I thought there would be. As you can see there, I wasn't expecting that much in there. I thought it was just Luke and Grogu. So yeah, that was cool. Anyway, those were on sale at Target, and I said about time you put them on sale because they were way overpriced. And I've got those figures. I've taken the figures out of the boxes. They're pretty cool. I do like them. They were just overpriced. That was the only problem. I mean, he didn't put that price tag on them. Those would have sold like hotcakes. But unfortunately, you put that price on them. Hasbro, and that's what we get. But I was going to talk tonight a little bit about, is nostalgia out of hand? And what brought this on, and I've been trying to think of how to approach this. Street Sharks. And I'm not knocking people who like Street Sharks. Not at all. However, um, a roll keeper. Yeah, the price was just way too high on those. I mean, even on sale, it was a little bit tough. Uh, you know, I feel like on sale it was okay, but that should have been the retail price. It shouldn't have been on sale price. Uh, you know, and it really bugged me. It really, really bugged me for both of them because those were figures I wanted. Well, honestly, I could have passed on the Luke, but I really wanted Chris Hansen. And once they were at a more reasonable level, I felt like, okay, um, yeah, I'll get them and enjoy them. Anywho, what brought this on with Sharks? Um, I'm not knocking any. I know a lot of people love Street Sharks. I don't want to knock Street Sharks necessarily. However, let's face it, Street Sharks lasted one wave, and it's like, why are we bringing that back? Um, has it been a proven property? And some people will argue with me and say, no, we want it, we want it, we want it. Okay, if you want it, great. That's good for you. But it made me think, maybe nostalgia's getting out of hand because it's like, oops. I'm going to share my screen here just a second because I started thinking about it, and it's like, wow, you know, um, well, I'm going to address this real quick. I think this is a stupid set. If you like it, great, but the Spider-Man Wolverine set is just like, ugh. But look at what is available here. This is all the new pre-orders: Legend of Zelda, um, Street Fighter. And granted, Jada Toys is doing a great job, but it's Street Fighter, man. How old is that property? Um, Star Trek: The Next Generation. Ensign Row. I mean, Michelle Forbes is how old now? I mean, let's be honest. And, on and on. It is constantly, here's Junkion, Scrap Heap, which I don't even think ever got named in the movie. Um, Street Fighter SH Figure Arts. Uh, you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So how many sets of turtles do we have at this point? It's unreal to me. And Assassin's Creed, which, okay, yeah, these I wanted to address too. These are the exact same figures that were brought out in 2012. I found out, and I was like, "What?" Uh, and like, I mean, they were good for the time, but I mean, do we really need to go back to that? Um, especially at these prices, it's like, ooh. So, oh, there's Street Sharks. Okay. Um, Now I don't hate these by any stretch. Don't get me wrong. I don't. I mean, I kind of do like Ripster. I mean, I did with the original too. I really thought Ripster was kind of fun looking. And he's the face of Street Sharks. So, but I am sitting there like Mattel, what the hell are you doing with this? I mean, you got what, max 2 waves, and then you're done. Now, I'm pretty sure that Mattel's smart enough to cash in on the nostalgia and then be done. I I I think I don't think they're gonna try to go further with this than the original figures. I could be wrong. They look pretty much the same though. Um, so I struggle with this. It's like I always say, my favorite quote of all time: "Nostalgia's a glider," and eventually the ground comes rushing up to you and it hits you. So, I mean, are these gonna work? And I was gonna touch on this with Bobby Valla tonight because he's the one to talking. He's the only guy I ever hear talking about this. It's like there's so many dead brands, and I kind of agree with him to a point. I think you can get some mileage out of GI Joe, Masters of the Universe. I argue Mask could get some mileage. Transformers definitely. Hey, Mython, happy birthday, by the way. Um, and I saw your post where it says where you said uh, if someone means something to you, tell them. And I went over to my wife and I kissed her on the forehead and I said, "You mean something to me." She's like, "What the hell is going on with you?" And then I told her about your post, and she's like, "Oh, just something." Yeah, and no, she means everything to me. But I thought it was a really nice post, by the way. I just really thought it was really nice, and I followed your advice immediately. I thought it was really well done. Uh, Role keeper. Some things they die and they need to stay that way. And that's kind of the crux of what I'm talking about is to me, it's like I hear Chad talk about this all the time. And oh, Chad, my wife said happy birthday I'm sorry, my thought. My wife said happy birthday, by the way. There she is. Um, I kind of agree with that role keeper because one of the things Chad keeps talking about in his streams is like, would it be better if it was a continuation of GI Joe with like uh Colonel Falcon and all new recruits. And I even think you could dip into the well of nostalgia with that and do the retro color figures of the original characters, and that could be fun. But but do something different at the same time. I think that could work. Um, when Classifieds first started, I was kind of like looking at them at the kind of like Hall of Fame figures, if you remember those from way back in the day. They were really cool. They were 12-inch versions of the modern Joes at that time. Uh, Duke, Cobra Commander, Snake Eyes, and I don't think they did too many. I think they did a Destro and a couple others. And that was kind of a fun callback to the original GI Joe while being modern and up to date. Good, make it weird. She will remember that moment. I hope so. I try to tell my wife every day how much I love her, and I don't know. I think sometimes it gets through, but she doesn't want me to let me know it gets through. It's like I already married you, dude. So, you know. And Roll Keeper also says, "Happy birthday, Mython." Uh, Man, you richly deserve to have a happy birthday. You are amazing, man. I have to say, when I saw what you gave Chad, I was just floored, and I can't say enough about that. I mean, it touched me, and I'm not even there. I'm like watching this on YouTube, and I felt very, very touched. And if you have not watched that unboxing, go watch it now. It's really touching. It's one of the things, best videos I've watched in a long, long time. Um, and it really made me think, wow, this is um this guy just he nailed it perfectly. Mython the Python really nailed perfectly how to show appreciation to someone. And I was touched by watching it. I can tell Chad was very, very touched. Um, he had a few moments there, where he was like, I need a minute, and that was really cool to see. And I'm glad Chad opened up enough to do that because I thought it was really nice. So, and appreciate the birthday wishes. Much love to you. Much love to you, Mython. Really, you've you've had a very strong impact in a very short amount of time. Uh, and it's really nice to see. It really is. I really like the things you're doing, and I like your message today. And I did do some cleanup a moment ago just to clarify my that I'm trying to motivate myself to sell because I've had such bad experiences. It's not that I need money. I just like God, I hate having to deal with this and that and the other thing. And it's like, and I could tell you some horror stories of selling back in the days of my dark times when I actually did sell just to survive. Um, it was just, people would try to file complaints and say this was wrong and da da da, and it was like exactly what yeah, I mean, the picture showed anything wrong. So, gonna have to pass on those streaks. So my nostalgia is despicable. Me too. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't hate them, but I don't love them. It's like I I think Mattel gets it a little bit better than Hasbro sometimes. They will recognize, okay, we're going to dip into this, but we're not going to go too far. And then they realize when to back out. Um, Now, you might not believe that with them way they're pouring on Masters of the Universe. Because, if you look at just Masters of the Universe, like, oh my God, they're just throwing everything at us. But, um, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I think they know enough to hold back. I mean, Masters, I think, just does so well for him. Oh, you guys are moving now. Okay. I didn't expect him to film it, but I'm glad it touched so many. But yeah, I I get a lot of joy out of helping and loving people. Articulate Ninja is the same way. He says it all the time. Life is short. You're right. Absolutely right. Um, going off on a tangent, but a nice tangent. A very nice tangent. Um, that was just so God. That was just so nice. Really was. Um, Miss and Terry says, it doesn't help that those were announced like 2 days before the origin style TMNT. I was just talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like I really like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but Lord, they put out too many. And I finally got the ones that fit me, I think. Uh, and I think they look pretty good. They're kind of between. They're listed as movie figures, but they're kind of between the movie and cartoon aesthetic. It's a video. I may have lost the footage to now. I may be able to recover it, and then I may redo it. I don't know. I may have to redo the whole video. I'm still unsure, but hopefully that will see light of day soon. Um, the street arcs are cool, but I'm tied up with other lines. I'm passing on them. I agree. I'm may get. I always forget the guy's name. Let me go back to the. I may get Ripster. That would be the only one I get because I kind of like. I kind of like his look. I mean, he looks like you say Street Sharks. That's what you expect. If I get any of them, that will be all I get. I'll just get that one, be done. Oh, excuse me. TMNT is my main collecting bread and butter. There's an absolutely insane amount of popping up off from tons of different companies. You're right. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set for me in my mind, and that's what I got. And I finally have achieved that. Collecting gold achieved, but you know, it was tough. It's I really like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I don't love them as much as some people I see on other channels. It's like some people are obsessed with turtles. My wife loves turtles, and I got her when they repackaged the original turtles in the original packaging. I got her those. They're still in the box. They're sitting on a BBTS box uh, um, on top of her bookshelf. She doesn't want to display them. She just loves them so much. I got her that in the original series. She loves the original series. So you're right about Team NT. I have so many different versions, and I'm like, I need to downsize. Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm doing too. With the stuff I'm selling, I'm downsizing just because it's like it's either stuff I have double of, and I don't need double of. I don't know why I have double of it other than at one point I was trying to do an army building thing, and while it's fun to do army building, you don't have to do army building. And like the one that the one that sticks out to me is the Havoc. I have two Havocs. I don't need two Havocs from GI Joe. And I'm talking about the green ones, the originals. I have two. I don't need two. Having two is ridiculous. It is one of my least favorite vehicles of all time. Both are. I think the one I'm going to sell is 95% complete. Um, and the other one is like 100% complete. So it's not I'm parting with anything. So I've been trying to break off that TMNT completionism. Been focusing on the Street Fighter and the new X-Men 97 line. I've been picking up, what I've picked up of X-Men 97 is I've got two figures, two. Uh, and the two I have the Executioner and I have Bishop. Like them both. I do like them both. I looked at that Magneto. I'm gonna be honest. After the Mafex Magneto, that was a letdown. Um, the Mafex Magneto is just so awesome. Um, yeah, I mean it's just really cool, and when I saw that Magneto and the proportions were off and everything, I was like, "Nah, can't. No, I can't." Even though it's cheaper, I can't. I've got that Mafex. It's perfect. For real, impulse buying is the devil. Yeah, it is. Um, I've been saying FOMID is the thing now. Feeling fear of missing out on a deal. Hence why I got Black Stanson and Luke. Fear of missing out on a deal. It's a good deal. Jada is on fire with those awesome the Street Fighter figures. I'm not a huge Street Fighter fan, and I like those figures. Chun Li is a really good figure. That M Bison looks like a really good figure. I'm definitely getting that one. Uh, Dalsim, not my favorite character, so I'm gonna pass on him. Yeah, they're killing everything. I tell you what, I just completed the Universal Monsters line from Jada. I'm a huge Universal Monsters fan, so when I completed that line, I was like, "Wow, this is impressive." I'll have the video up for Invisible Man Thursday. Um, I think it's ends up being a cool video. It's a cool figure, even though it's a guy in a bathrobe. I talk about that. It's a guy in a bathrobe, in pajamas, wearing slippers, and that's the Invisible Man. When he's visible, it's like that's the only way you see him. So it's part of the movie, but they did the best that they could with that idea. And it's a very cool figure. It's just, you know, it's a hard one to translate, but Jada did excellent with what they had. I said Magneto yesterday. He's the biggest disappointment in the line so far. You do the one that's in the more traditional red and purple, or the purple. Um, I call it the trial Magneto outfit. I hate that outfit. Always hated that outfit. It's always bothered me, and it just I never thought it was a good look for Magneto. It is kinda hard to surpass Mafex, that's true. The only thing you beat him on is price. Um, you gotta pay the import tax on that shit, but past that, yeah, exactly. Chun-Li is the best female figure I've ever owned. I can see an argument for that. I'd have to think about that. Um, Chun-Li would definitely be up there. Um, yeah, that's a good point. Rollkeeper Mafex are dope, but phew, money, yeah. I only have one, the classic Magneto, because it's my favorite Marvel. That is me with Mafex. It's like I will not buy everybody from Mafex, but my favorite characters, I'll lean in there. That's Superman. I got that one, the Hush Superman. Holy, well, I can cuss. Holy shit, that is a great figure. That is the best Superman I've ever held in my life, and it's just amazing how good that figure is. I absolutely love it. I'm so glad I got it. Um, it's just even hella dope is too good of a word term. I don't have many, but when I do, yeah, I'm committed. The one I've heard, there's a rumor, there's gonna be a Hal Jordan at some point. Hal Jordan Green Lantern. I'm on board with that. I will probably grab that one too. That's a definite grab. Marathon, yeah, look at it as if I'm going to never need a that Psylocke is another one I own. Perfect figure. Psylocke, and that's not one of my favorite characters, but it's a character I don't think Hasbro ever got close to getting right. And then Mafek's first try, boom, perfect, just absolutely perfect. Price, yeah, price, but she is perfect as she is, and that is like one character. I'm like, God, that one should be easy to just nail perfectly. and it seemed like every time I saw Hasbro do one, it was just like, ew, way off. You're way off base. What are you doing? What you doing, Hasbro? I get the classic costume Magneto, no real internet interest in the new one other than the unmasked head. I mean, yeah, the unmasked head is good. It's Magneto. Hey, I said his name one too many times. Oh, I bumped the mic because it's Chad. Hey, buddy, how you doing? We were just talking about Mython's gift to you and how great of a video that was, and everything. And I was praising Mython for gifting you that, and me praising you for having the guts to actually make that video. That was such a touching video. Dude, I'm always speaking of you. It seems like I talk about you a whole lot more than most people. Yeah. No, it was we were talking about that video, that unboxing video, and that was just so rad and cool. And and I was just talking to Mython about, how awesome it was that he did that for you. It was just great. And I was talking about Mython too, is that Mython misunderstood something I said, that I was needing to raise money, and it's really that I'm needing to sell stuff, and I'm trying to psych myself up to sell it to aim the money somewhere else. And he was actually willing to send me money today, and I was just like, dude, no, 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 it's not that. It's just I'm really trying to psych myself up to do something I don't want to do because I've had such bad experiences with selling online. I really have. And he was just like, "Hey, you got cash out?" I was like, "Dude, no, 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 no." I mean, if I get monetized one day, yeah, absolutely. Super chat the hell out of me. But but you know, as it is right now, don't even worry about it. Uh anyway. And everybody's saying hello to Chad. That was a pure gut punch. Man, and I mean, I praised you for being man enough to uh, show that on camera. It was really tough. I teared up at that video. It was really well done, really nice. Um, you don't need to help me, Mython. I appreciate it though. You're so nice, man. It's not about that. It's more about me psyching up to move this stuff I need to move. That's what it is. It's got nothing to do with needing anything right now. It's just, you know, I need to sell this stuff and move it out, and I just don't want to deal with the internet drama of selling online. That's my whole deal every time. Uh, Street Sharks, nostalgia's out of hand. Ah, thanks, Mython. Thanks so much. Um, you're too kind. You really are. You flatter me. You flatter Chad. Um, it's really great that these are the kind of things I really like about people in this hobby, is just the genuineness and kindness of people like Mython, the camaraderie of people like Chad, the loyalties of other people. It's just really nice to see, um, especially in the world of where it's like, I got my his tank. It's like what a contrast to the problems we see um, on the interwebs. The Fellowship of the Dollies. Indeed. Oh gosh, we should do something like, I'm sorry. I'm starting to think. How many of my Fellowship of the Rings figures do I still have? Can we do a Fellowship of the Dollies with that? That might be really cool. Hmm. Thinking. Brain is working. And Mython is Gandalf. I'll probably be Pippin myself. Ugh. God, can you believe that movie is so old now? I mean, I saw Viggo Mortensen the other day. Man, Aragorn did age. He really did. One O-ring to rule them all, AJLS. How you doing, man? I love that. We do. Nah, this was a last minute. This was a last minute um re redo anyway. So there was no derail. The show got derailed before it got started. And again, Bobby was very gracious. He was like, "Man, I am so sorry. I have to do this." I'm like, "Ah, it's okay." Because I was really nervous about, because again, I was trying to put my notes back together from um the notes I lost because I had some really good notes and it was like, oh wow, this is gonna be a cool show. Because I don't think Bobby's ever been asked this question before. I don't think he's ever been asked this question. And then like my computer does its stupid thing and I'm like, okay, gotta put that back together. And it's like I couldn't remember half of it. I know I thought of one today and I put it on my phone notes. No, I'll put it back in the show notes later. But I was scrambling all day today trying to put it together, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be about 50% of what I had." um, and a kung fu grip too behind. That wins the internet today. That that wins the internet. Okay. I was talking about Street Sharks though. It's just I don't know. This is that like I said, I was going to talk to Bobby about this because this is like that, you know, I know there's an interest in this, but it's like that deadline that I don't understand why people go there. And I don't know, maybe Mattel senses something I don't. Um I see the reactions online and I'm like, okay, so there is an interest in this, but it can't go farther in two waves if they do three. So uh Chad better be writing that down. Good one, Mike. Bold choice of to not be putting in a rollerblading Street Shark and Wave One. Yeah. And Chad's laughing and Mython says the hammerhead is his favorite one. I you know, again, it maybe. I I struggle with this because it's like I do like Street Sharks, but I don't love Street Sharks. And I think it's gonna depend when these are released. Do we have a release date? I know release dates are iffy. So it's June of 2024. So I mean, definitely not gonna pre-order. Um, I might consider it if I find it in the store and I've got the money at the time. Uh, you know, again, it's like it's cool. I like it, but it is that memberberry nostalgia grab that I kind of just I don't know. It's like one or two, maybe. Okay, maybe, but it's like I can't go farther than that. I like the hammerhead too, but I think I'll pass. Yeah, I keep saying that myself. It's like, it depends. It's gonna depend. Um, whoops, sorry, the chat jumped on me. Didn't the hammerhead his face shoot off or something like that? I remember a toy like that. I don't think it was Street Sharks though. I can't remember what it was. Um, you remember, honey? Do you remember? I'm talking to my wife, by the way. She's in the bedroom. We're talking about Street Sharks, and somebody mentioned that the hammerhead shark's head shot off or something. I remember a toy like that, but I can't remember what it was. Do you have any idea? Okay, my wife has no idea. I just thought I'd ask her just because every now and again she knows things I don't. Oh god, the chat is so jumping. Where I grew up, we had a lot of hammerhead. Oh my, okay. So I guess it's sentimental reasons. Okay, that's what I've been saying. They didn't flourish when the toy industry was bulletproof. I don't see them doing much more than boutique now. Yeah, I was really surprised that Mattel went here with this. It was just like, really, Mattel? I was really shocked when this got revealed. I was like, okay. Um, Cowboys from Moo Moo Mesa But yeah, it's like I asked this question on my Facebook one day, and it was like I was being serious because I was looking at my daughter, and you know, I was just thinking about people, the people her age. It's like, what are they going to be nostalgic about? Because all they see is our stuff. It's like our stuff permeates their lives. So what is her generation going to look at and be nostalgic about? And I thought it was pretty sad because I think it's like they're probably not going to, or maybe it'll be a good thing. Maybe it'd be like, "Hey, God, my dad's dollies were so prevalent. Ugh, Lord, they were all over the place, and I couldn't touch them and play with them." And Dad was like, "No, no, don't touch that. Leave my She-Ra alone. Leave my Moon Knight alone." I'm literally looking up above my desk and just saying, "Leave my Spider-Man alone. Leave my Alpha alone." I've been hearing this, Chad. Anybody talk about how the Hasbro GI Joe team invented the SMS HMS was supposed to be a hist unlock, but they pulled it back after already it was included with the funding. I've heard this a couple of times, and that's you know doesn't surprise me in the slightest, that that they've admitted they bake in the um, unlocks, and yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say other than that makes perfect sense. And hey, Mr. Wonderful, how are you doing? Poor kids are gonna be nostalgic for Angry Birds and Cut the Rope. Dude, Angry Birds is old at this point. I mean, I downloaded that to my phone not too long ago, and it's like a redo of that. And my phone says Hasbro Ethics. I agree. Of course, it's not a surprise. No, I wasn't surprised either. More of Hasbro got a Hasbro, and Mr. Wonderful says good brothers. Yeah, I agree. It's ugh, you know, I'm so glad. By the way, minus a couple of rumored figures, Count Nefaria and Man Thing. I'm done with my Marvel Legends collection. Uh, and it's like that's such a good feeling because it's like I've got some pretty kick ass figures from Marvel Legends at this point, and it's the ones I wanted, and it's really cool that I'm at that point. But also, I don't feel like I've got the albatross of Hasbro over my neck because even if they do another, I'm trying to think of some. Okay, great example here. So, let me make myself big. That's what she said. Um, so, a character like Captain Marvel. Okay, this is a really good Captain Marvel. If they do another Captain Marvel tomorrow, I don't care because I got this Captain Marvel, and that is good enough for me. Uh, you know, It's they're gonna struggle. I don't care if you do pinless or whatever the hell you do to improve it. This is Captain Marvel. This is a good enough figure. This is gonna last me a good decade or more. Um, the kids in my life all want to collect because they're only action figures they ever see. Oh my god, you're so big. That's what she said. And my wife just went, "Oh my god." That's not what she said, is what she said. Wait, what? Okay, she's laughing. Huh? Uh-huh. We're sidetracking the show. By the way, still got maggots all over my keyboard. I swear, the thing about that joke is I never wanted maggot. Never. I hate that character. I really do. I got that figure because of Bone Crusher, and it was like $7. I hate that character. Hate that figure. But I have it now, and it's like, oh god, what am I gonna do? Okay. I was also looking. Where is the clearance section? Because I went to the clearance section before the show. Um, it wasn't just sale items; it was clearance. They had a section just for Hasbro. Let me go back because I was looking at looking up some things. It can't be that far back. Come on, that was daily deals. Ah, here we go. So this is the Hasbro section. Look at that, $5 for Mikari. Um, yeah, whatever. These deals are insane. Uh, $8.40 for Carl Weathers. I mean, that's Carl Weathers, dude. He should be selling out after he passed away, right? And yeah, everything I looked at, I was just like, wow. I mean, this is pages and pages of Marvel and Hasbro stuff and Star Wars stuff. You see this? I mean, I really like this Thor figure. I know it's from the movie, but I really like it. And you know, it, I look and it's like, wow, $20 for two figures here, a two pack, and it's like, oh my god, everything was just like, wow, and it's just look at that, 5 pages of this crap, and I mean, Wanda Vision, $14. It's just insane. I mean, I know last year they put out more. I mean, look at that. Remember when we complained about this figure being costing too much? Now it's down to $20. Um, oh, thank you, Mython. You mentioned doing different videos. I think your Sky Guy hands are awesome. Have you thought about writing and using figures for makeup? There was a sequel planned for the I've Got Hands video. Um, that was basically about the drama that got created after that video. I'm gonna be honest, it fell flat. I mean, there were some chuckle moments, but it was not good overall. I mean, there were some funny moments, and so I ended up chucking that. I did another one on the Hasbro layoffs and people trying to justify the Hasbro layoff. That did not get a whole lot of views. I don't understand why. Um, so I never really understood that one. The next one I'm gonna do, I was actually working on it on my computer that crashed. I will try to get the footage back off of it. I was doing one on reviews. uh, I was doing one on the reviews I don't like. What I don't like about some reviews. Not trying to throw shade at anyone in particular, but uh, I'm not a big fan of the enhanced reviews or the um, people who go over. Here's the intricacies of an elbow. I'm not a big fan of those. But I was wanting to do some kind of little funny parody video, and I have a very specific idea in my mind, and it does star our friend AJ and Hordak, and they're kind of like my AJ's me and Hordak is the evil of the internet, so that's kind of how I do these videos. It was gonna have them again, and it was just gonna be a kind of play off of that, and that's what the one I was working on. And of course, my computer just goes, and right when I'm in the middle of that one. So yeah, I'm do plan to do another one of those. I may have to start from scratch on that idea, which I'm kind of okay with. I mean, it needed a little bit more but that was a lot better than the reaction video from the comment one that I was doing because that really was hitting a brick wall. Um, so thanks, Python, though. That's really great of you. The poor Eternals movie was screwed from the jump, and the amount of toys they produced was embarrassing. You know what I didn't understand about that movie? It was like there were several scenes where it is okay. Let's just stand. Mm, we're standing. Okay, why are you standing? What the hell's going on? I just never really understood what that was about. Disney flooded the market with their stuff and garbage, even if the characters are legends. Sadly, I mean, there's comic waves that did this too. It's like it's all around. I mean, Hasbro really flooded the market. Now, whether that was the edict of Disney or whether it was Marvel trying to say, "Oh, we can do make a whole lot of money," and it backfired on them. Last year was the biggest year of Marvel Legends ever. 177 figures were released. That's an insane number. I mean, for that price point of figure, that is an insane number. And when you really start looking at it, you're like, "Oh, shit, no wonder this shit ended up at Always." There was just too much going on. I was another subject I was gonna approach Bobby with was that he's the only guy I ever saw mention this, was that, you know, they never let the waves breathe and sell through. It was just this one, and then this one, and then this one, and this one. 8 I think it was like 16 waves in a year, and it was just, like, crazy, and then there was all the exclusives on top of that, and it's like, "Oh my god." That was insane. Okay, I'm trying to read this with a straight face. You know what would make a great Walmart exclusive? Angelina Jolie in a semen colored gown. That'd bring the buzz. Yeah. You know, and that was another thing. It was like I didn't think that whole side story got fleshed out very well. I hate to say that after you use the semen gown thing, but I didn't think it but got very fleshed out. And yeah, I thought they needed more. Um, yeah, Jerk is cool. Yocho Jerk is really cool. Um, when he first appeared on Chad's stream, I was like, "Does he really talk like that?" And yeah, he does. Okay, that's cool. Okay, I really wanted to know if that was really how he spoke, and I was just like, "Yeah, okay." AJ and Hordad are back, baby. Yeah, I got sidetracked on that a little bit. Yeah, AJ AJ Styles is he's not gone anywhere. I gave him I don't know if you noticed, yeah, but hold on. I have given him a cell phone for him to got it. StreamYard, come on. I giving him a cell phone to check messages with. Among other things, I just wanted him to have something. I found this on Amazon. It was this, a laptop, and an iPad for like $10. I was like, "Oh, cool!" And then the guy put them in his hand, and I'm like, "Perfect. This is perfect." So yeah. But yeah, give me. I'm glad you guys like that. I loved it. It was just it's doll furniture stuff, and I just was like, I wonder if this will work, and it did. Um, give me a little bit after I get my laptop replaced, which is right here. It's right behind this laptop. This is my writing laptop. So I use this for writing because I write sometimes. Simple as that. And this is the one I use for that. And man, I almost bought this retro Obi-Wan right here because it was $3.99, and I like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. I like the last episode of the Obi-Wan series. The second to last episode was tolerable. The last episode was good, except for the whole Reba part. Everything with Reba was bad, but everything else was good. The rest of that series was just a slog. It really was. Um, I've almost bought this figure several times, the Riri Williams Ironheart. And then I remember I have the comic one. I don't need that. I've almost bought this Dangar 3 times. Um, yeah, I mean, it's amazing to me how much is here. The deluxe Cobb Vamps is $20. I might buy that. Okay, that's tempting. Um, I like Cobb Vamp. I like Cobb Vamp. Timothy Oliphant plays him, which is even better because has anybody ever watched the show Justified? Um, with Timothy Oliphant. If you have ever wondered, and by the way, I'm going to say one thing. Largo, hey, how you doing? One of my favorite guys in the world is Largo's Lair. If you don't watch him, watch him. If you ever watch the show Justified on FX, they talk the area that of Eastern Kentucky that they go to is literally 20 minutes from where I live. And it's really interesting because when I watched it and I realized a lot of the areas they name are not anything like that. The first episode, Walton Coggins dumps a guy off a bridge on Tate's Creek Road, which is in Lexington, which is 4 hours away. You know, um, Tate's Creek Road is a 4 lane, and it's just a little. He dumps the body off of a little 2 lane bridge, and I'm like going, "That is not Tate's Creek Road, man." I lived on Tate's Creek Road when I lived in Lexington. I know that road very well. It does not look like that. So, that's what I'm talking about. The opening scene of the first episode. Yeah, that was. They say that's Tate's Creek Road, and that is not Tate's Creek Road in Lexington. Nope. That is a miles away from it. I mean, of course, the whole thing was shot in Calgary anyway. So, you know, it's nowhere near Kentucky. The town that is actually mentioned, Harlan, is the name of the town. You see it in the first shots of the opening credits. It is actually Harlan. It is actually the town they're talking about. But after that, you never see that town. The real town doesn't in there. Oh, really? What's the video, Largo? Tease me a little bit. I loved your Crimson Avenger video, by the way. I meant to drop a comment on it soon. Um, honestly, not your fault. I was talking about my computer freezing. I was watching it when my computer froze. I was watching that, and then the first time it happened, my computer froze. I was watching a live stream with Chad, Embargo's live stream, and it froze on Chad, and he was literally like this in mid sentence, and it was like, and I was going, "What's going on? Why is Chad like that?" And the next thing I know, everything stopped. And then I was watching your Crimson Avenger video, same thing. Everything just stops. I'm going, "What the hell is happening here?" Uh, so, um, yeah, that was over the weekend. Uh, so yay me, I have tech problems. Woohoo! I've got a replacement uh, laptop coming, so not a big loss, but annoying to say the least. Damn, I'm going an hour, and I'm just talking to myself. I'm talking to you, fine people. Um, what I found on the floor today, I didn't even realize these were on the floor. It's like I literally tripped over them. The hands for destroyer. Um, I was like, oh, why are these here? Um, but yeah, I tripped over these today, and I was like, why are these on the floor? Every now and again, I find something weird on the floor, and I'm like, why? And this is Colossus's hand from Age of Apocalypse Colossus. So yeah. Anyway, I don't think I have much else to say. This was really thrown together, real impromptu, and you know, like I said, Bobby graciously, he felt bad about it. He did, and I could tell by this message he genuinely felt bad about it. So, oh, there we go. Ooh, sorry, got a bivocal this one. Sorry about the tech issues. I can relate. The next bit is about Boston Barriers. Kind of like Hasbro and Disney. Ooh, I like. I like a lot. Cool one, Largo. Um, excuse me. I've been talking all day, man. It's been a busy day. Um, this time of year, there's a lot of phone calls in my job, and I have to talk a lot. I mean, a lot. And by the end of the day, my throat is dry as shit. So, um, but anyway, like I said, this was thrown together at the last minute. Bobby was very gracious when he bowed out. He said, "I'm terribly sorry. I had," and dude, you are a busy man. You got 10 things going on at once. You were nice enough to say you'd be here, and you instantly said, we can schedule for next week. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. With my tech issues and me trying to put this show notes together, yeah, that's probably for the best. So this was thrown together real impromptu. Not that I was trying to not do anything, but I just wanted to do a live and let you guys know I'm still here. And next week, um, everything flowing together, we'll have Bobby Valla and we'll have that conversation I'm dying to have with him over a lot of things. one of the major things I want to talk about with him is, you know, the my favorite um, toys he's done in the past several years. I mean, I didn't realize some of them he done. I want to talk to him about that. I do want to talk to him about the story of Action Force and some other stuff. So hopefully that'll be up next week. Um, Same bat time, same bat channel. You guys, everyone, take care. I hope you all are well. And Mython, happy birthday. And to the rest of you, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Take care.